Welcome to Times of MGM. My name is Shifa Anjum of Class 9I. Today's news headlines are as follows. International news. PM Modi and US President Biden and over 100 world leaders to address UNGA in person next week. Saudi Arabia led airstrikes kill 43 Houthis in Yemen. Britain ends contract with French startup for vaccines. National news. India's commutative COVID-19 vaccination coverage has surpassed 75 crore. GST Council may bring petrol diesel under GST on September 17. India records less than 50,000 daily COVID cases for 80 consecutive days. State news. State government is committed to protect right interests of tribal people, said CM. Raipur International Trade Fair tour begin from September 17. Chhattisgarh to introduce best electric vehicle policies, said Transport Minister. At last, some sports news. Malinga retires from all forms of cricket. England pacer Chris skips IPL to play T20 World Cup and Ashes. Auction of new IPL team to take place on October 17. That is all for today's news. Stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I welcome you once again to this lecture series on artificial intelligence. I hope you all are fit and fine. Yes? Okay, you all are doing good. I hope that. So, let's just start our today's session. As always. So, in our previous session, we have already finished machine learning process with the help of AI project cycle, and in that we have already discussed the 5 stages of AI project cycle. And in our last, or you can say previous session, we have discussed mainly 3 last stages of AI project cycle, that is data exploration, modeling and evaluation. So if you are joining us for the first time, you can subscribe to our channel. There you can find many amazing infotainment videos and sessions. And if you want to know what all topics we have covered in this lecture series of AI, you can go through the playlist and there you will find previous lectures video. So like, share our videos, and you can also click on the bell icon for latest videos notification, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So today we are going to learn types of machine learning, and in our previous sessions or lectures we have already seen what is machine learning and why we need machine learning and what we do in machine learning when we are making a machine learning model. Okay, so let us today categorize machine learning and classify machine learning into few types. Okay, so machine learning can be classified into mainly 3 types: supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning and reinforcement learning. Okay, in many books deep learning and deep reinforcement learning are also given as a categories or classification of machine learning, and yes, that is somewhat correct, but today we will mainly focus on these 3 types: supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement learning. We will discuss deep learning and neural networks in our next, or you can say future sessions. Okay, so let's just discuss these 3 types of machine learning in brief today. Okay, so this is the first type of machine learning, which is supervised learning or supervised machine learning, and its name, as you can see its name, supervised learning. Here the machine is actually being supervised. Okay, supervised learning में machine को supervision मिलता है by its own developer. जो developer रहता है वही उसको supervision देता है. As a teacher he works. Okay, how we supervise or how we give the supervision to the machine in this type of learning is through labeled data. Okay, in your screen you can see that we are providing machine with labeled data. Okay, there are few shapes. You can actually say that this shape are data. Okay, ये data की तरह है और इनको आप देखेंगे that these all shapes we have already labeled that this shape is a rectangle, this shape is a circle, this shape is a triangle or a hexagon. ये सारी चीजों को हम पहले से लेबलिंग कर देते हैं and we provide it to the machine. Okay, that is what is we do. That is how we actually supervise the machine. Okay, and with the help of this labeled data we train the machine. हम machine की क्या करते हैं, ट्रेनिंग करते हैं. Once the machine is trained, एक बार जब machine का ट्रेनिंग हो जाता है, एक बार जब machine की ट्रेनिंग हो जाती है, the machine becomes a machine learning model. Okay, now this machine has to be tested. This machine is tested once again with the help of similar type of data, लेकिन हम उसमें labeling नहीं करते हैं. Okay, we provide similar type of data and the machine actually give an outcome which is labeled outcome. Okay, so in simple words, if you say in supervised learning we actually provide labeled data to the machine. Okay, और जिसके हेल्प से हम उसका ट्रेनिंग करते हैं. With the help of this labeled data we actually train this machine, and once this machine is trained it becomes a machine learning model and provides labeled output. Okay, supervised learning में हम labeled data देते हैं machine को और वो output provide करता है which is also labeled. Okay, so next type of machine learning is unsupervised learning. In this type of learning we actually don't provide any type of supervision to the machine. Okay, the machine has to do its own work on finding any similarities or relation in a data. Here you can see that we have not provided or we don't provide the machine with a labeled data. Unsupervised learning में हम labeled data provide नहीं करते हैं machine को. Okay, the machine has to find its own algorithm and has to apply its own um, process to this data, and it has to actually work on its own to actually give an output where it can actually give an output based on the input raw data. Okay, here you can see that we are providing the machine with the input raw data which is unlabeled data. Here you can see there are orange color triangles, there are green color circle and purple color squares. Okay, ये सारे फिगर्स या शेप्स के हम क्या करते हैं, डेटा को एक क्लस्टर फॉर्म में हम दे देते हैं मशीन को. ओके, दिस कैन बी एनी अदर डेटा एज वेल जो कि अनलेबल्ड डेटा होता है, एंड वी प्रोवाइड इट टू द मशीन. द मशीन बाय इटसेल्फ with the help of algorithm train itself, and after a process of becoming a model it gives unlabeled output. Okay, by just classifying this similar type of data into a one. Okay, ये क्या करता है मशीन, सिमिलर टाइप के जो डेटा होते हैं उनका एक क्लस्टर फॉर्म कर देता है. Here you can see that all the similar type of orange triangles are made a group, एक ग्रुप बना के उसका क्लस्टर फॉर्म कर दिया गया है, and it has been separated with other groups. And this is how in unsupervised learning machine actually works on its own with the help of the data we feed to the machine. Without any supervision it gives output which is also unlabeled क्लस्टर, ओके, अनलेबल्ड क्लस्टर फॉर्मेशन करके वो हमको आउटपुट देता है. Okay, so now as we know what is supervised machine learning and unsupervised learning, let us differentiate between them. Okay, so first one is supervised learning. In supervised learning, we actually try to predict a specific quantity. हमें जो पहले से पता होता है, we try to predict a specific quantity because we already know with the help of labeled data, and we have training examples with labels. Okay, supervised learning में हम machine को जो training कराते हैं with the examples with which are labeled. Okay, and here you can measure accuracy directly. Okay, हम तुरंत उस machine को जब हम model बना देते हैं, we can actually measure its accuracy directly by providing similar type of data to it. Okay, हम तुरंत उसकी accuracy find out कर सकते हैं. But whereas in unsupervised learning, where the machine has to try and understand the data by its own, उसको पहले उस data को खुद से पहचानना समझना जरूरी होता है. Okay, and the machine tries to actually look on the structure or unusual pattern. Okay, और फिर when the machine finds out a similar type of pattern, and then it actually separates a similar type of pattern and make group of that similar pattern objects. Okay, similarly जैसे हमने last अपने slide में हमने देखा था where the machine was actually making a cluster or making group of similar type of shapes, वैसे ही वो structure और unusual pattern के through खुद से ही क्या करता है, it actually segregates and separate every object. Okay, यहाँ पे हम कोई एक specific feature को नहीं देखते हैं. Okay, in this unsupervised learning, the machine does not go with a specific feature. Okay, क्योंकि हमारे पास में supervised learning में labels था और उस label के according we were actually making a machine. We were building a machine, but we cannot go to a specific character or feature of the data as we do in supervised. Here we have to look different unusual patterns and structure of the data so that we can get a desired output. Okay, unsupervised learning does not require labeled data. Okay, ये तो बात एकदम fact है कि unsupervised learning में we don't require labeled data, and evaluation usually is indirect or qualitative. Supervised learning में हम accuracy जब measure कर रहे थे तो हम direct method apply कर रहे थे, but for the evaluation of unsupervised learning we usually go with indirect or qualitative method. Okay, then there is another type which is in between supervised learning and unsupervised learning, which is semi-supervised learning. Okay, sometimes supervised learning को थोड़ा सा और improve करने के लिए, so we use unsupervised methods to improve supervised algorithms. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि supervised learning के methods को और बेहतर बनाने के लिए we use some unsupervised methods. Okay, that is what we do in semi-supervised learning method, and here we usually use few of labeled examples with lot of unlabeled examples. Okay, so this is how we differentiate supervised versus unsupervised machine learning. In simple terms, we use labeled data or we provide supervision in supervised learning, and we provide unlabeled data without any supervision in unsupervised learning. Okay, so this is how it looks when we are differentiating between supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Okay, here you can see that in supervised learning, the developer is actually providing the data to the machine. This data is actually labeled. Okay, he actually tells the machine that this is an apple. Okay, ठीक है. वो मशीन को पहले से बता रहा है कि दिस इज एन एप्पल एंड दिस इज हाउ ही ट्रेन द मशीन. ओके, एंड while in unsupervised learning, we don't provide any type of supervision to the machine. The machine actually has to um, do its own work while it separates different data features from a data. Here you can see the machine is actually applying his own algorithms, and um, that is how he's trying to identify different objects, and at last he makes a cluster. Okay, here you can see he has made a group of bananas and apples. Okay, so this is how we can differentiate supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Now let us see some of applications of supervised and unsupervised learning in real life. Okay. So supervised learning, there are many applications. You can see here text categorization, face detection, signature recognition, customer discovery, spam detection, weather forecasting, predicting housing prices based on the prevailing market price, stock price predictions. So these are all real world applications of supervised learning. और इससे थोड़ा बेहतर होता है जब हम काम करते हैं अनसुपरवाइज्ड में. ओके, ये जो सिंपल एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ सुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग है वो उससे थोड़े से बेहतर होते हैं. हियर यू कैन सी क्लस्टरिंग, where you can clustering is a process of grouping. Okay, for example, when you visit supermarkets or Walmart, okay, similar type of आप जब visit करते हैं, there you can see the objects, same type of objects are uh, grouped, or you can say clustered together in the shelves. Okay, then visualization. Visualization is a process where we create diagrams, images, graphs, etc. This actually help us to better understand any data. Okay, through visualization, we actually understand the data very well. Then dimensionality reduction. Okay, this is a process of reducing the number of random variables. Okay, this is also known as feature extraction. Okay, so dimensionality reduction के through हम data से जो most desired information है वो हम ले सकते हैं. This is actually an application which is well used in different type of social media sites, e-commerce sites. इन जगहों पे डायमेंशनलिटी रिडक्शन का यूज किया जाता है, विच इज एन एप्लीकेशन ऑफ अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग. देन फाइंडिंग एसोसिएशन रूल्स. ओके, इसमें हम क्या करते हैं, वी फाइंड रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स इन डेटा. ओके, डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स जो होते हैं डेटा के, उस पे हम रिलेशन या एसोसिएशन फाइंड करते हैं. देन लास्ट वन इज एनोमली डिटेक्शन. ओके, ये यूज होता है फ्रॉड डिटेक्शन में. ओके, you may have heard about the fraud detection related to credit cards. बहुत सारे आजकल ऑनलाइन फ्रॉड होते हैं. There we can use anomaly detection. So these are all applications of supervised learning and unsupervised learning. So next type of machine learning is reinforcement learning. And in this type of machine learning, we actually provide an agent. Okay, एक agent होता है which is actually left alone in any environment. एक environment में उसे छोड़ दिया जाता है. Okay, so let us take an example to better understand this reinforcement learning. Suppose you are left alone behind in an island. एक island में आपको अकेले छोड़ दिया जाता है. Okay, and that island is isolated from population or publics. Okay, वहाँ पे कोई इंसान नहीं है, and that is an isolated island. So what will be the first step you do in that island? Okay, the first thing you will do is to do some work so that you can survive in that island. Okay, सबसे पहले आप सर्वाइवल टैक्टिक्स यूज करेंगे. you will find fresh water, you will search for fresh water, you will search for food. Okay, and in that process you will find, you will search many things. Okay, in similar way, in reinforcement learning we leave behind an agent to an unknown environment. हम एक unknown environment में agent को छोड़ देते हैं. Okay, where he has to select some of algorithm and perform some actions. Okay, अब जैसे कि वो सेम आइलैंड में आप जाते हैं, सबसे पहले आप वाटर, फ्रेश वाटर, यू आर सर्चिंग फॉर अ फ्रेश वाटर, यू गो टुवर्ड्स any source of water and you try to see that that water is a drinkable one or not. In similar way, agent also with the help of some algorithms perform some action into this environment. और उसके बाद उसके साथ दो चीज हो सकती है. There are only two possibilities. One, he will get a reward while performing this action, or he can get the punishment. Okay, आप भी जब उस island में हैं and you are trying to survive there, you are searching for a fresh water. There are only two options, or there are only two possibilities. You will find fresh water or not. If you find the fresh water, that is actually a reward for you. Okay, and if you don't find the fresh water, आप बहुत समय के लिए प्यासे रह जाएंगे. That will be a punishment or penalty. In similar way, in reinforcement learning, we actually leave behind an agent to an environment. He will, with the help of some selected algorithms, perform some action, and if he gets reward, he will continue to perform that similar actions. वो वही action को बार बार दोहराएगा until and unless he will find a way to live in that environment. In reinforcement learning, हम ना ही labeled data provide करते हैं, ना ही unlabeled data provide करते हैं. We actually provide an agent an unknown environment and he has to work on it own. Okay, उसमें वो खुद से work करता है, and when he gets the reward, he is actually giving us the output. Okay, यहाँ पे वो output देना शुरू करता है. Okay, when we were feeding raw input data to an unsupervised machine learning, जब हम unsupervised machine learning में हम raw data दे रहे थे, तो हम क्या कर रहे थे, हम data दे रहे थे. But here in reinforcement learning, we are leaving this agent to an unknown environment. Okay, हम unknown environment में बस उसे छोड़ रहे हैं, जहां पे agent has to decide which all data is required for his action with the help of reward, and that is how he actually ultimately gives output on its own. Okay, so reinforcement learning is something little bit different from unsupervised learning, where we are actually just leaving behind an agent to an unknown environment. So now you can see here there are many applications of reinforcement learning. It is used in control systems. There are many applications of control system where reinforcement learning is used. Then reinforcement learning is actually used in robotics field, in business, manufacturing, finance sector, chemistry. Okay, जहाँ पे बहुत सारे ऐसे reactions होते हैं where we have to use those agent to work on its own to find better solution to a problem. Then in gaming world as well. Okay, virtual world जो gaming world होता है वहाँ पे भी there are many applications of reinforcement learning. So this will be all from our today's session, and in our next session we will discuss neural networks and deep learning. Please like, share our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you once again everyone for joining us today. We will meet soon. Till then, take good care of yourselves.